Hello and welcome, fellow gaming fans. This is Small Archangel. Welcome back to my survival series of Rising World. In the last episode, we managed to get ourselves into this little sort of U-shaped valley, and we've set up camp. We've got a fire, but we've got no grill over the top of it. We've got a respawn point at least, so that if we die, we'll get we'll at least be able to spawn back here rather than somewhere else. Now, we have not got ever so much. In fact, I don't know if I've got any food at all. We do have a little bit. We've got 20 tomatoes. And we've got some melon. Of course, we've still got no water in this game. What's that? I think that's like a potato plant or something. What did I just pick up? Some potatoes. There we go. So we've got a couple of potatoes as well. Of course, before we can plant anything, we're going to need... looks like we've got some ore here. This is cool. We're going to have that. I'm going to have those strawberries as well. Looks like some iron ore. And I was just about to say, before we can cook anything, really, we're going to have to be able to... We're going to farm anything or anything at all. We are reliant on finding some iron ore. So that is pretty much what I'm going to crack on and do straight away. And just so that you know, I am planning on, at least to start with, pretty much recording everything. So there's going to be a certain amount of resource grinding, but I'm going to do that simply because that is what a survival game is all about. So, oops. So you're going to get a certain amount of resource grinding. As we get further into the game, I'll probably need to do less of that. But for now, in the beginning, that is what it's all about. If we pick up some stone like this as well, that's cool. We need everything at this point. Okay, just have to be careful that I actually can get out of the hole once I've gone in. And because I haven't actually made any torches yet, we can't really see what we're doing in here. Okay. Now, I did make some torches. Let's do something intelligent. We've got 24 iron ore, which is cool. So, let's do this thing. Here we go. Up. So there's some more ore here, I think. But I just want to place this torch mount here. And then we'll place a torch in it. There we go. And we're going to need to make some more torch mounts, I think. Because that's the last one. And this can be our little mine. We might find some other ores in here as well. Certainly used to be the case, I don't know if it still is, if you're mining you have to be a little bit careful that you don't sort of get yourself dug into a hole that, you know, you end up glitching through the world basically. I might just take this bit of stone out here because that is going to make my life more difficult for getting in and out. Okay, now what I'm actually planning on doing, and this is for some very good reasons, I'm planning on actually staying sort of fairly local to home to start with for two reasons. One, I don't want to get lost. And two, in early game, yeah, we are very sort of limited as to what we can do anyway. And three, yeah, that's three reasons actually. Three, updates. Any updates, certainly that's how it's happened in the past, any updates are likely to change the world where we haven't explored it. So if we explore, the more of it we explore, the more of the world is not going to have changed. So we're going to have to go further is what I mean. And what I'm thinking of primarily is water. So when they introduce the water update, and that is what the devs have said is coming next. When they introduce water, we are going to need to find water to survive. We're not going to be able to use watermelon any longer. And at that point, I don't want to have to go too far afield to find water. So in some ways, the less... Come on, let me pick that up. The less far we go... Yeah, I think it's start getting in my way, isn't it? There we go. The less far afield we go... is that planted or is that just lying there? Okay, yeah, the less far we go, the easier it's going to be for us, really, to do that. To find water when we need to. Or anything else they might decide to put in. I'm going to plant some trees. If we end up with an absolute shed load of trees here, that is fine. That is just fine by me because we're going to need lots of wood. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to take out a few trees. That looks like we've got some more ore over here as well, so I'm gonna check that out as well. And we're probably going to need some stone, because what I really want to do today is make a smelter. Actually, I better just have some of that, because we're looking a little bit on the low side there. I'd like to make a smelter, because without that we're not going to be able to process any metal at all, and we're not going to be able to make any more tools. Whoa. I'll just take that strawberry there as well. I'm not sure how much you can live on strawberries, but we're probably going to find out, because we're not going to be able to cook any meat until we've got ourselves a grill, and we're not going to be able to get ourselves a grill until we've got metal smelted, and you get the problem we have here. Okay, otherwise I've been kind of spoiled. Oh, look, there's some more iron ore. Spoiled with the game of the past, because I started playing this game when it was sort of so early on in the development process that actually you didn't need all the materials to create all of the objects and what have you, so you could pretty much just get your tools for free. That ain't the case anymore. This is real hardcore survival mode now. And that's what I want, really, is to show the game as it is, in its current state. I've got my ores set to high, so there should be a high instance of them. But I wasn't quite sure how high was, if that makes any sense, because there's been quite a few updates recently with ores, and I've been playing old saves, and I'm not sure how they're affected by these updates, really. Sometimes you don't get a very good idea of how the changes would affect a new world. Okay, so that's probably enough there. We're probably going to need some stone too, as I say, because we before we can make anything, including, I think, a smelter, we're going to need to make ourselves another workbench too. So, wow, how did I even get up there? I'm not sure. I also spotted some other ore somewhere as well. Making a compass is going to be sort of relatively high on my list of priorities too. I'm not sure this little valley might actually go all the way, you know, to both directions as well. It might be closed up at both ends, which suits me fine. Also, yes, it is. Excellent. Oh wow, what's that all? I want to know what that is. Of course, ores don't respawn, obviously, but if we can get a good start here, let's see. What was that? Silver ore. Hello. Stone. Aluminium ore. Okay, we're getting some good stuff here. I'm not convinced we actually need that much of this stuff right now, but if we've got a few of these things in our starting valley, then we're doing pretty well. And then I saw some more here, which I think is aluminium, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Dirt. No. I think that is aluminium ore as well, isn't it? Okay. What was this? That was the silver ore. Okay, we've got 37 stones, so I'm guessing we're going to need more stone than that, but I'm also guessing we're going to need more wood, so let's just nab another tree or two. And I think the hardest thing to start with, actually, is going to be keeping ourselves fed, because I haven't, till I managed to set myself up some sort of farm. Yeah, it's gonna be challenging trying to get enough food. Okay, we've got some. Oh, they are already in my hand. There's a downside to not having that inventory. There's a hotbar, the hotkeys on your HUD all the time. Right, I've just put these trees wherever. I may as well just chop down the big ones and replant with younger ones. It's going to look like a forest glade by the time I finish this place. Heaven only knows what it's going to look like by the time I'm finished, actually. We shall see. So yeah, we're gonna stay here for the time being. Did that drop any? Yeah, it did, but they're up here. You see, I'm getting 3 saplings for every tree. This appeals to the ecologist in me. But also, yeah, it's going to make life a lot easier when it comes to finding sufficient wood. Wood, I'm not worried about. We are not going to suffer for a lack of wood. We are going to have plenty of that. Food. Food is the hard part. Right, then. Back to camp. As I say, we're probably going to have to get some more stone. Okay, let me just put these tomatoes there. And it's probably going to take a few tomatoes, isn't it? Now, what I don't know is if I can plant stuff without hoeing, but that's immaterial because we need a sickle before we can do anything. Okay, so we've got our little mine here. I'm going to use this as a stone mine, given I've put a torch there already. Okay, so let's make ourselves another crafting bench. I'll just stamp through my camping fire there. Can't even turn it off, I don't think, can we? Nope, we have no control of that at all. Okay, here we go. Resources, crafting stations. We need workbench, saw bench. No, not an anvil. You see, we're going to need one of those too. Yeah, 24 iron ingots. Quite expensive. Okay, we need lumber, so we're going to need 32 lumber, and we've got 13. Woohoo. Okay, we need resources, lumber, let's see. We'll do that for the minute. We've run out of log now anyway, so that's as much as we can do. Hopefully we've got enough to make ourselves a saw bench. We have. There we go. And that is not... Okay. Where is it? Here we go. Alright, so... we can move these things. We can very easily move our... No, that isn't what I meant. We can very easily move our placed items by sort of holding F, so it's no big deal if we sort of place them somewhere a bit random for the time being, which is no doubt going to get right in our way eventually, but here we go. So in here we should have the ability to create... let's see... I'm not sure if this is the one where we have the ability to make... Probably not. Let's just check what the crafting stations are in here. Do we have a furnace? We have a smelting furnace, and we need 128 stone. So that just goes to show how much stone we're going to need for that. But that's all we need is stone. So I guess what we're going to do now is get ourselves back into our mine. I'm kind of hoping that at some point in this game we're going to be able to make ourselves a map. Because that is going to be really useful for charting the world, particularly now that the world is a bigger place with lovely biomes to explore. I have not so far discovered a snowy biome. I'm guessing you'd have to go quite far uphill to get one of those, but it would be nice to see, especially if it's got penguins in it. Penguins are cute. I like penguins. Okay, so it shouldn't take too much grinding at this point to get ourselves enough stone. I'm getting a certain amount of dirt here as well, I guess, but... We're also going to need a chest for putting our resources into. So I don't have to carry it all around with me all the time. Okay, let's see how we're doing. We've got 64, whoop. 64 and 13. Okay, so this is going to take a little while. Okay, so we've got 3 full stacks of stone now, and it does take a while to gather, and we've got a rather larger cave as well. Now, there is physics in the game, but we don't have to worry about, anybody that's not familiar with it, we don't have to worry about the whole thing collapsing on our heads. It's not that kind of physics. In fact, you can do some pretty weird stuff with things. I think we probably need to actually remove that now. Oh, do you know what? This might be one of the things... Oh, no, we can remove it. This is cool. Okay, so I might have to put that back in here somewhere. Now, the only downside, of course, being we can't see where we're putting it. Roll on the day when I can make myself some sort of... Now, that's probably in the middle of nowhere, but hey. That's actually pretty good. That's good. I like that. Okay, yeah, roll on the day when I can make myself a flashlight and then I can really see what's going on. Oops, just clipped slightly through the wall there, which, yeah, it's kind of what I meant. Okay, we'll just take this corner off because it's unsightly and silly looking. And then fail to get out of the cave. Alright, so we're going to go back. That is the kind of thing that I'm probably going to edit mostly out of our series because, yeah, the grinding. We know it's kind of fun if you're playing it. It's not so fun if you're watching it. Right, crafting stations, smelting furnace, craft object. Now we're going to place this, and there it is. We're going to place this next to the mine. It just makes sense to me that that's the best place to put it. And the correct way round would be favourite. There we go. Now, one thing I'm not absolutely sure of is, does this now need, you cannot pick it up, I don't want to pick it up, does this object need something to fuel it? I'm not sure. Let's just see if we can put some metal in here. A little bit finicky. Got quite a lot of this, but it's no use to be as ore, so we may as well fill it up. The first thing I'm going to make myself when we've got some metal for the job is, turn it on, woo, is some tools so that we can set up a farm, because I say primary concern, not starving to death. Alright, meantime, what have I got in my hand now? Some stone. No, some stone. Okay. In the meantime, what we're going to do, we're going to make ourselves a chest, and this is where this baby comes in. We need chests. We're just going to make ourselves a rattled-looking old chest here, because these all look a little bit modern, really. Let's be kind of, yeah, realistic about this, sort of a fairly, yeah, something like that is all good. And then we're going to place this somewhere, again, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, I could do with really making myself something that allows me to... Now, is that the right way around? I can't really see. Does it make any difference at all? I don't know that it does. I think that's the right way around. I'm not sure there's much point being that picky about it, to be honest, but there you go. Okay, so let's check this out. So, I'm going to put my ores here. We've got aluminium ore, we've got iron ore, we've got some silver ore. I'm not quite sure what we need to use that for. I'm going to put my stone here, and we haven't got much of that left. My wood there, we really haven't got much of that left. And then my lumber, I've got some there. And then, yeah, I'm just going to stick with just the one at the moment. Oh, coal. I don't, where did we get that? I don't remember seeing any coal at all. Right, I'm going to put that in there. We're going to put these in here. Now, this is all food stuff, actually, so I should probably just keep that on me. We're not going to be able to plant that. Sticks. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to be able to plant these, so we may as well just keep them on me, and I can eat those as I require. And we could plant stuff. See, at the moment, I could really do with something to cut the grass with. But if we get a sickle, we can cut the grass with sickles. So I'm thinking probably the best thing to start off with is a sickle. Do we have any iron ingots yet? We do not. A watch pot never boils. Okay, so in the meantime, let's see. I'm going to eat some tomatoes. And we're going to have a look, see if we can see any more foodstuffs around here. Basically, where we've got our sickle, we're going to need to go on a bit of an expedition to see if we can find some plants. There's some more ore there. I think that's a different one too. Let's just check that out. We're going to need to see if we can find some plants to take cuttings of in order to be able to plant them. But once we've got our farm going, we'll be sorted. We won't need to worry about food so much then. Right, what have we got here? This is Tungsten. Hello. So far, the only thing we haven't found is gold, and I'm still finding gold is the hardest thing to find. I haven't seen any caves around here yet. We did have caves enabled, but you have a pretty good chance, as you've noticed probably, of finding ores on the surface. There we go. That's probably got that because there's, yeah, not so much of that around. We've got our aluminium ore over there. The ores are pretty easy to spot. Now that black there, that is definitely going to be coal, isn't it? It must be. See, there's a strawberry plant there, so yeah, this has definitely got to be coal. So we'll grab some more of that just in case we actually need it. I'm not sure that it's actually needed in game yet, coal, but this first episode is all about just gathering our resources and making a start. Trying to get ourselves vaguely established with the necessary things of life. Okay, I think that's another little bit there. That might be another little bit there, actually. I think we got it. Oh, a little bit there. Oh. Okay, and back to camp we go. Now, chances are that our iron should be smelted now. So, now this is a fruit tree, but it'll be a little while before it grows fruit back. I think I ate what it already produced. Oh, see, damn that grass, it's just everywhere. Yeah, you're joking, aren't you? Okay, takes quite a while to do. I'm pretty sure we haven't missed anything here. Oh, I turned it off. That was daft. I was actually just checking to make sure that we didn't have to put coal in there in order to make it work. Alright, so let's put our... I've got some more bits of dirt. I'm not sure that they're going to be particularly useful. And a little bit of stone, but not much. You ate a tomato. Yes. Okay, so we're going to have a look at here and just see if we can take stock of what we're going to need. So in our crafting stations, to build any kind of structure, we're going to need a block bench. So obviously we're going to need more wood. To make anything out of metal, we're going to need an anvil. So actually the first thing we're going to be making out of metal is going to be an anvil. Again, this will be the first... Did I have to use metal? I think I probably had to use metal to make my last anvil, actually. Loom, I'm not sure we're going to really need, and that's for way in the future. So we're going to need 24 iron ingots there. And when my iron ingots are done, in my smelter, are they done? Awesome. Okay, we'll turn that off now. And don't try this at home, kids. It'll be hot. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we've got exactly 24. So I'm glad I filled it. But we might want to put our other iron in there as well, because once we've got the loom, we're going to have, the anvil, we're going to have absolutely zero. Can't fit all those in, but hey. We're going to have absolutely no iron left whatsoever. So let's sort this out first. So I'm going to just... Yeah, can't use my torch and do this at the same time. So we'll fill it up again, given it takes a while, and then probably by morning we'll have 24 more ingots to do with as we like. Oh, let's turn it on, shall we? That would be a good idea. Okay, and when I've got the means, I will probably dig myself some sort of pathway through here as well, so I can actually see what's going on. Alright, there we go. So, let's make ourselves an anvil. Now, the thing is, this anvil's going to be really difficult to see because it's going to be on the ground. So, what I'd like to do actually is make... I'd like to make a block to place it on. Lumber. Got some lumber there. Let's see. For that, we're going to need a block bench. We need a block bench anyway. Block bench. We need 48 lumber. We have 45. Okay, then. Let's see if we can make a bit more lumber. We can do that. And we probably still haven't got enough. Oh, we just do. Okay, there we go. Alright, so I guess we put our block bench sort of next to the others here. I might have to move that first. I cannot see where that, we're going to have to just ignore that for the time being. Hopefully it won't be in the way and prevent us from placing our block bench, but it probably will. No, don't think so. Cool, okay. Oh, that's the wrong way around. This is the kind of thing that bothers me. A little bit of gardening is definitely in order when we get our tools together. Because I can't even see where the ground is right now. But for the time being, here we go. Right, stone. Now, I could just make just a stone block or a wooden one or whatever. That's fine. We do need some stone in order to make a stone block, though. Okay, so we'll just go for a stone block. And just make one. Alright. And then I'm actually going to place my anvil over here. It strikes me as sensible to place my anvil kind of next to my smelter. Now, why is that appearing kind of down there? Oh, I'm just going to place that there. There we go. And then we need to actually make the anvil. Crafting stations, anvil, go. Here we go. Oop. Let's just see if G helps us out here. Yes, it does. There we go. Let's just place it that way round, shall we? Brilliant. And now we should be able to make stuff out of iron ingots when we have some iron ingots. Things like components. We'll be able to make ourselves a sickle. We'll be able to make ourselves a rake, which is going to be useful for, you know, dealing with the terrain as well. Scythe. Hoe. Yeah, we're going to need a hoe head as well. And this is they're only going to take, you know, a few. Oh, sword. Now that is going to be kind of useful, but we're going to deal with our farming tools first. But that's for the next episode, guys. Right now I need some food, and we haven't got too many of these. Still, I'm not fancying eating those raw potatoes either, but beggars can't really be choosers, and right now we are still very much beggars. But we are a little bit further on than we were before, and hopefully in the next episode we'll go a little bit further still. So next episode we're going to set up our farm with as many plants as we can sort of lay our hands on and find, but we're going to be vegetarians to start with, just because, yeah, we're going to need that sword to be able to kill any animals and ensure that they don't kill us right back. And we're going to do a bit of exploring, but probably not too much, because as I say, I don't want to have to go too far afield when we've got some new updates. So we're mostly going to focus to start with on getting ourselves properly established here. So once I've got the farm up and running, we'll build ourselves a proper shelter, because this tent, well, it leaves a little bit something to desire, doesn't it? It doesn't look very cozy, very homely. It's a respawn point, but nothing else. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. Please hit the like button if you did. It helps if we know. I like to get a bit of feedback. Feel free to leave a comment. I'll always try and reply. And I hope you'll join me for the next episode. Until then, keep gaming and stay happy. Bye-bye for now.